Uh-oh, might be a hit. Boy, good play. Keep your feet moving. One more step.
Growing up, I think the coaches that had the biggest impact on me were the ones that were hard on me, the ones that had the expectations and demanded that the expectations be met. And that goes all the way back to Little League and my father, who was an extremely tough coach on me. I think I've kind of modeled my coaching style after that. I think my personality fits that. I'm kind of a, I love to have fun and I'll joke with the guys, but I have a switch that, I get no nonsense in a hurry, and that's kind of the way our guys expect me to be every day. I'm in I think my 20th season, not all as head coaches, but my 20th season as a coach at the high school level or above. And it's the way I've always been. Even as an assistant, I had expectations for guys. I had expectations for myself, and there are no greater expectations on our players than what the expectations I have for myself and my coaching staff and everybody that's involved. The intensity level and the expectation level typically go hand in hand, and I don't ever want to waver from that.
That's a go get 'em. That's a go get 'em. Pitchers, no matter where you deliver the ball, you go to a corner. If you throw to the middle, you go to the corner. If you throw to first, you go to the corner. Got it?
It makes a good coach in high school. It ranges. You got to find ways to motivate the kids. You got to find ways to be able to connect to them. And you got to find that passion that drives them to be the best players they can be. And then motivate them as a group to come together. I've got multiple friends that you can't necessarily recreate and mimic exactly what they do, but watching them that coach, they've been very successful and try to take the things that they do, and I've tried to combine them. And I hope it's working. We've had some success, we've had some failures here, but I hope that at the end of the day that the kids are becoming better, not only better softball players, but better people. And I hope that they're being prepared for the rest of their lives. Just learning small things down here, like even being early for stuff. It's better to be early than to be late. And we try to tell them that all the time. Just the small things that we can do. And making it about the kids. And sometimes we forget that it is just a game that they're playing, and they're playing it because they love it. Because most of these kids are not going to go make a living playing softball or baseball, whatever. They're doing it for high school, and they may do it for a few years in college. And we should make it as memorable as possible.
My best piece of advice that I've ever gotten came from Ashley Hicks, and I was very frustrated with one of my players after a game. I don't remember exactly what she screwed up on, something that I considered very basic softball knowledge. And I was kind of venting to Coach Hicks about it, and she told me, "Well, did you teach her that?" I said, "Well, no, it's something she should know." She said, "Yeah, you're right, she should know that, but if you didn't teach it to her, you cannot get mad when she does not know how to do it the way you want it done." So that is something that I've tried to carry with me into the classroom and on the ball field in all areas of my life.
The pop-up needs to be like in your face. You know what I'm saying? If you're there with 3 girls and you want them to look at you, your pop-up, like, you better be hidden, and then it better be like, here I am. All the face, all the smiles, all the things. So game day is basically what you're doing in front of the judges is what you should be doing on Friday nights. What is the game day experience like for Oxford High School cheerleading? You have to do a band dance, you have to do a cheer, you have to do your fight song, you have to build, you have to build in that, you have to build stunts, you have to tumble. It's all about the perfect motions hitting at the perfect time on the exact right count. It's all about people being genuinely enthusiastic. That's what we got told a lot by the judges this year. It's like, show genuine enthusiasm, where if you're shy, it's not gonna work well. If you are, uncomfortable, it shows. I mean, in game day, you have to be perfectly perfect, 0 flaws, because judges can see every single thing, because it's not this big flashy over the top routine where people are running around everywhere. It is You are choreographed in perfect lines, perfect formations. Every stunt has to hit on the right count. There's no, I'm going to throw this girl, then I'm going to throw this girl, and you have different things going on. Everything is timed to a specific exact count, and everybody has to hit it at that exact time. We have the cheer squad, and then we have our dance team that's down there with us, and then on big games our junior varsity squad cheers down there too. So you have 3 separate teams doing 3 separate things, but yet it all works together. And just the timing of it is military timing. And then when do I step on the field? When do I hit this stunt? When do I go to this dance formation? Oh, the band just played this song. Where am I supposed to be? How am I supposed to get there? It's an art. It's a skill you have to have.
Let's go, Chargers! Blue and gold!
Not bad. All right, bring it in real quick.
Challenges right now that I've been thinking about is how do I keep these guys motivated? How do I keep them going? How do I keep them in the flow of what we're trying to do? We're on our 2nd week of practice, and we're not having to stop and teach and explain like we have in the past. All these kids are just picking up. We're just out here, we're going and going and going. And that's good, but after a while, the kids can kind of tend to get, bored, or they kind of want to tend to just joke around thinking, oh man, we've done this, we keep doing this, that's the only challenge. Just keep them in the flow of that mentality that we need to get better each day. We need to take another step forward and keep going and not having to stop and come back. And that's really our challenge right there. These kids they come out here and they love it. They love coming out here. They love coming to practice. That's just something that it speaks volumes to where my coaching staff and the kids are going with this. They're seeing the progression they make. They're loving what we're doing here at practice. They're responding to us well. We're responding to them well. We give them some options, and sometimes we make sure we're the ones that do the things that we need to be done here in practice for them. But that's really all my challenges right now, is make sure that we keep them engaged and we keep them getting better every day, and that let them know that the season ain't started, and that we need to better ourselves for the upcoming season.
Your internet could be free with ACP. MaxxSouth Broadband has been approved by the FCC as an affordable connectivity program provider to help qualified households in our communities pay for internet services. You may be eligible for up to $30 a month towards your internet service. This could cover the full cost of high-speed internet services. This new benefit will keep households connected to jobs, critical healthcare services, and virtual classrooms. Your internet could be free with ACP.
It's a new day at MaxxSouth. We are excited to share some great news. In our continued effort to support Mississippi businesses, MaxxSouth is now offering local advertising support. Through high-quality programming, we combine traditional television and premium digital advertising, allowing your multimedia campaign to reach your targeted audience at any time on any device. Call MaxxSouth Media Sales today at 662-701-8628.
A little unorthodox day today. You know, we had the storm come through Saturday. We're just blessed, you know, nobody's hurt, you know, but, you know, we did take a hit here. I don't know if it was straight line wins, but with what we saw, it's hard to believe it was just straight line wins. As you can see in center field, we we lost our center field. We got guys out there working, but it was absolutely destroyed. We have big metal beams out there that's holding the wall up. Well, the metal beams were snapped. We had bleachers going down the third base line here. I got here Saturday morning. Chase called me, our park director, and we got there and the bleachers are on the field, went through the back net. We also have a hitting structure we usually keep right here for our practices. We get here Saturday, it's 300 yards on another field wrapped in a ball. So a little adversity day. We kind of got some stuff we're not used to. Used to getting out here, everything's ready for us. So it's going to be a little different day. We still don't have power down here, which is going to affect our practice also. I like to go music blaring. We got pitching machines going off the mound, pitching machines for bunting. We put pitching machines in our cage. So it's going to be a little different for the guys, but that's part of it. We got to find a way to get through it, find a way to get motivated, because tomorrow we got a really big game. It's kind of do or die for us on the season. Every game now, till the end of the year, it's do or die. Just as important, the next game is that a game. So we've got to wrap it up and get ready to go today.
I love it. I'm passionate about it. I love the kids. I love teaching young men. I love the game. And I'm truly blessed to say that, I do an occupation I was meant to do. Not many people can say that, and that's awesome. And it's just, the game of baseball did that for me. It's the love for the game and the love for kids. I enjoy kids. I enjoy watching them grow. I love that development. All of the above, I just love it. So very blessed to found a career that I love and proud of what I do. And I'm proud when somebody asks, hey, what do you do for a living? Man, I'm the head baseball coach in New Albany. That just, glorifies me when I get to say that.
Hey, if you're a sign, please come up here. All right, so you know how in the fight song they're spelling D-O and y'all are coming up and spelling it? Like I told Laurel, y'all need to be in front of that front row because you're going to be your own row beside each other, but y'all are getting lost in transition beside them. And when they're doing this, they're covering your letters. So make sure that when y'all come up, y'all are watching each other out of your peripheral vision and y'all are in front of them, okay? Y'all will become the front row. My motivation is the girls and giving back to them and having them know that they have somebody behind them and that I can support them and I can support them through cheer. They know they're held to a higher standard than some of their other peers or some of the other athletes. I hold mine highly accountable of their actions. And I want them to know that they are being looked at. When we have mini cheer camp, these little girls come in and they see them and they want to be them and they know that. And then it reflects because on Friday nights, the girls will look up in the stands and see those little mini campers doing the same cheers and cheering back with them. And they're like, okay, I can make a difference. And they know that they can also be and dream of whatever they want to be because they can do it. And they help guide those little ones to be what they want to be, no matter what circumstances they come from.
I'm fine with messing up as long as we come back from it and we learn from it and we can fix it. We just looked sloppy last night. We made a lot of errors that we don't normally make and it cost us big time. We have 3 more games this week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday's been a little tricky because we were supposed to play Thrasher. Thrasher canceled and now West Union has rescheduled for Saturday. So we have West Union Thursday and Saturday and Potts Camp is senior night on Friday. Yes. We have a very tough division. We have Smithville and West Union both in our division along with Tremont and TCPS. We have not played West Union yet, but the county rivals are always the biggest rivals around here. West Union's good this year. They have a big background of being historically good at softball, and they also got a new coach this year. When my mom retired, they hired Jake McDonald from New Albany, and I think that he's doing a great job. Jake and I left New Albany at the same time. We've been friends for a long time. And so personally, I feel like West Union is a big division, big county rival. It's a lot of fun. So anytime you can get someone from the county in your same division, all the claws come out.
Best advice I got from Buddy Brown was try to be yourself. Don't try to copy and do exactly as somebody else does, because just because he's able to make it work or she's able to make it work doesn't mean you're able to. You can have back-to-back great teams, and each team was motivated by something terribly different, or not terribly different, but something that's absolutely different. You know, and then once you get them motivated, you got to figure out how to keep them there. A guy told me this morning, I was talking and said it's hard to get to the top, but it's even harder to stay there. So you know, he said once you get there, he said you've got to figure out how to make sure that they stay hungry, and that's some of the best that I've gotten.
In order to be a good high school softball coach, you have to be dedicated, you have to be understanding. Girls can be very temperamental, so you have to be flexible, but you also have to know when to meet them where they are and when to set your boundaries and say, no, you have to raise your standards. My standard's up here. You have to meet me here. I'm not lowering my standards for you. But you also have to know, well, I can meet you where you are. So it's very much a pick your battles type of thing, a very situational, very relationship based. I try very hard to keep a good relationship with my players, and it's easier with some of them than it is with others.
A good high school baseball player, one who is committed to the program, one who wants to get better, one who is just willing to work for not just himself, but for the betterment of the team. A guy that is, like I said, you don't have to be the biggest, the strongest, the fastest, but someone who can outwork other people and at the same time help other people become a team. That's what makes a good baseball player to me.
Everybody needs to be right here. Guys, I'm not sure why we repeatedly mess that up, okay? But here's what I know, okay? The best teams in this 5A bracket all live and die with that type of stuff. Every one of them. If they get an opportunity to run a first and third play, they are going to run it. The bottom line is to prevent the run from scoring. So you have to execute everything we do with that intent, okay?
Everybody that is a really good baseball player is a really good competitor. They love to compete, no matter what. It could be ping pong, it could be Connect Four, it can be tic-tac-toe, it could be a foot race, it could be anything. But guys that kind of reach that next level and become really great elite baseball players are competitors. You know, there are guys that can run and there are guys that can't run. There are guys that can throw really hard and there are guys that can't. There are guys that can locate and spin pitches, and there are guys that can hit for power, and there are guys that have a really high contact rate. There are guys that can really defend. But the bottom line and the common denominator for the elite ones are the fact that they compete.
We don't necessarily have a team mission statement. You know, like schools have mission statements and some teams have certain things, but I know it's a big thing to have within our school. You know, we have mottos. You know, our football team's like, we're Charger for life. Our volleyball team is going to be the light. So I've been trying to come up with something for cheerleading that's just reminds you of what your passion is and how you have to work towards that passion every day. So that's where I'm going with this, you know, be a lion. Do you have the lion mentality? Are you a lion or are you a gazelle? Because if you're a gazelle, you're going to get left behind and eaten. And if you're a lion, you're the king. You're running the show. And that's what I want my girls to do with everything, you know, like work hard, run the show, you know, bring it. And that's what we're going to try to do.